Welcome back, everyone. Another day working on the Datsun. Still a lot to do. I can only do so much as of right now. Still got a lot of parts coming in. I'm gonna take the radiator back out so I can get to the crank pulley and take that off. And I already got the new timing cover. I'm probably gonna put that on. I'm gonna try to anyway. Gonna see if I can clean up the distributor as well. Get that ready. My gasket kit came in. Got a battery for it. Not sure if I can get to that today, but we'll see. As far as the battery terminals go, I might do a little bit of work to those just to get that ready. I like to see what this thing can do. Still a lot of bare wires hanging around everywhere, so I'm not sure if I'm ready to hook up the battery yet. So I'm gonna try and get the old EGR valve off. As you can see, it's cracked. I also got a new one coming, so I'm gonna go ahead and try and take that guy off. I'm gonna let the penetrant kind of sit there for a bit. So all right, let's go ahead and get started. All right, got some parts soaking in some simple green. Already started scrubbing a little bit. The gasket I bought comes with this new crank seal, but this one looks in pretty good shape still. I might keep it, but I don't know. Depends on how I'm feeling. Surfaces look good. This looks good. Doesn't look all eaten up, so let's try and keep it that way. All right, over here at the surgery table, here's a distributor. I need to fix the connectors. And the rotor doesn't spin very easy. And I'm not sure if that's normal for these. It's usually supposed to spin freely. But I'm gonna take it apart, dissect it a little bit, get it all cleaned up, grease her up, put her back together, get it all nice and clean looking. So hopefully this is still salvageable too. All right, got the parts all cleaned up, got the timing cover all nice and shined up, got the gasket surfaces all cleaned up as well, got the inside of this all cleaned out. I do need to take the throttle body off, clean it up. I might do that before I leave. Got the gasket kit. So yeah, gotta take the harmonic balancer off, gotta take the tensioner pulley and the AC compressor bracket off. And then after that, I should have access to the timing cover. First things first, gotta take off the radiator. And there is a couple other things I like to do today as far as getting these hoses replaced and a few other things. So yeah, that shouldn't take long to do. I might even take this home, polish it up maybe. Not sure if it's aluminum, hopefully it is. Get the master cylinder replaced. I bought some flare wrenches so I can do that. Maybe get the battery hooked up. And yeah, so it's gonna be a pretty productive day. Let's get to it. All right guys, making good progress. So I took the AC compressor out and the bracket out. I had to take the compressor out first. And it was 3 14mm bolts. It's actually 4. 2 at the bottom and then 2 at the top. One of them at the bottom broke, and the other one was missing. And then the 2 14s at the top. One was on this side, and one I had to loosen out from this side, and it just came right out. This is no good, so I'm not gonna put it back in. And it was these 4 bolts to get the bracket off. 4 14s as well. The top 2 are slightly longer. Not sure if it matters, but just an FYI if you ever do this job yourself. Got the crank pulley off. 27mm, the power of power tools. Made an easy job out of it. So next thing is, this looks like a 12. Take that out and a bunch of little 10s all the way around. Got to reuse these bolts. That's what the oil pump goes to. And then you got the distributor shaft that goes all the way through here, and it attaches to the distributor. And there's also a gear on it that rides on the camshaft. So be sure you keep all that. And then pull this cover off. Got to take these 2 bolts out of the head. Oh, I don't think you have to take the head off. I hope not. I probably should take the head off, but I'm not going to. So I'm gonna do that real quick and I'll catch up with you guys later. All right, fellas, timing cover is off. Just do a little bit of inspection. Tensioner still works. That's good. Gotta peel this old gasket crap off. I'm hoping I can get the new one squeezed on there without having to take the head or the oil pan off. It's probably the right way to do it, but Hopefully that's not the way I have to do it. Got the crank sprocket that the distributor shaft runs off of. I kept all the bolts in their original spots, so when I go put on the new one, I know where every single bolt goes, because they're all, it's like 3 different sizes of bolts on here. So I'm gonna get the surface on the block cleaned off, and then get the new one ready, switch the hardware over to the new one, as well as that alternator bracket, and then we should be good after that. All right, new timing cover is ready. I'm gonna go ahead and put the water pump on first. I might hate myself later, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. So luckily the kit comes with pretty much everything. You got the valve cover gasket itself, or the timing cover gasket itself, the oil pump gasket, the I think that's the thermostat housing, goes right here, and you got other pieces to the timing cover gasket. All right, so that's on. Put the pump on, make sure it lines up with the lineup pins, just like that. Come down here, take our bolts. Yeah, they need to be cleaned. I'm gonna clean them real quick. All right, getting ready to put the oil pump on. Got the engine set the top dead center, so that little notch right there, see all these little teeth, the one big one, be sure you line that up. There's also another indicator on the harmonic balancer. Be sure those are lined up. Pull the spark plug. Make sure piston 1 was all the way at the top. Grab our handy dandy screwdriver. Piston 1's right there. So you know it's on top dead center, so that's good. Now next thing is to set the timing on the oil pump. Now you got this arrow mark and you got this dot. Be sure those are perfectly lined up. And then I got the bolts in here already. I'm gonna remove them. I think there's 2 long ones and 2 short ones. The long ones go on the top, I believe, and the short ones go on the bottom. And don't forget to put your gasket on. All right, gasket goes on like so. Beautiful. All right, guys, making a whole lot of headway. Got the timing lined up. Set the 11:25 position. Notice how there's a smaller half on this side. Be sure it's facing the front. So it's about where it needs to be. Engine's on top dead center still. I'm gonna check the camshaft. I'm not sure, someone's messed with it before, but it doesn't look like it's on timing. Radiators installed, fans installed, new master cylinders installed. Wiring over there is just about ready. Still got some stuff to do over here. Take the thermostat off. Looks like they installed it upside down, but it's a Nissan. I'm not sure how these things work, so I have to look into that a little bit more. Next step is fuel line. I'm gonna do that on another day. Oh yeah, I should probably take this EGR valve off while I'm at it. But yeah, this duct is on, ready for the mass airflow sensor. I don't think mine has the bracket. I have to check. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and take that EGR valve off, and then that should be it for today. All right, guys, a bunch more packages came in. Gas tank came in. The gas tank straps came in, and a bunch of other stuff in here came in. Got the motor mount bolts. Also got the hood latch lock, because I'm gonna need one of those once I get this thing on the road. And sending unit, and a bunch of other miscellaneous things. So yeah, can't wait to get all this stuff installed. The gas tank, the previous owner is not sure if it leaks. He hasn't tested it, so we'll be looking into that. But I haven't seen the inside yet. It looks a little rusty, but I have to take a look at that here pretty shortly. So I'm going to go ahead and do the little stuff first, and then come back to this. And here it is. I already got the cable and everything. This piece connects to the hood, so I'm going to go ahead and get that installed. All right, tank is out of the box. As you can see, we do have some rust, but no penetration as far as I can tell. It is gashed here in the corner, but you can see where the factory weld is. Doesn't seem to have interfered with that at all. So it looks okay around the seam area, but that still doesn't mean whether it's gonna leak or not. Got a lot of rust chips over here. That's the filler neck. I do have the new rubber filler neck, but I'm not gonna put that on today. As far as the inside goes, I checked inside there. It looks decent. It probably needs a good thorough clean. Pull this O-ring off. Here's the new sending unit. Pretty nice. Plug and play. It's even got the connector. Didn't come with a freaking ring. I guess I figured, you know, you already have it, but I didn't have one. I thought it came with the tank. It showed it in the picture, but it didn't. So I have to order me one of those as well. But I'm not going to install this permanently. I'm just going to put it in the car just to get out of the way of everything else. Alright. Put the float in there like so. I think it's keyed, if I call correctly. I think it goes in. See the tab, the notch. So it goes in. Get on there. There we go, like that. Then you just get your ring, lock ring, and spin it clockwise. So yeah, that's about it. Nothing in here. All right, this thing's ready to be installed. I'm gonna take the straps out of the wrapping paper, and then how the straps go on. There should be brackets under here, right there. Those diamond brackets. As you can see, my old strap is still in here. Someone cut it. They cut both of them, turds. But it's also my fuel line. I'm not gonna get to that today either. I'm just gonna get the tank mounted. I'll have to come back to it another day. All right, gas tank is loosely installed. Looking good, fits good. All the straps are in and everything. It's my old ones. I'll tell you what, working on the ground sucks. But moving on to the next thing. Also, this came in from eBay. It's a gear shifter because mine is missing. Well, when I bought it, it was on the floor in pieces and there was no saving it. So, purchased this one. It ain't perfect. It is OEM, so first thing we're going to want to do is loosen these 2 Phillips head screws. Don't lose them because they're probably important. All right. And check, make sure we got all the components. Yep, springs inside there. So this piece sits in this hole right here. So be sure I'm not sure don't know if there's a top or bottom to this thing. Looks like it only goes on one way anyway. So this side's rounded, that side's not, and go by the rounded side and the flat side. So it goes in this way. All right. Press her down like so. All right, it's beautiful. Go ahead and put your screws back on. They're Phillips head. I'm not sure if all Datsuns are the same when it comes to this kind of stuff. Line up the holes. That one. And then this one. All right, tighten those up. You should be set. Look at that. So much better. Like that a lot. All right, that made my day. Got the hood latch installed. It does close, but not all the way. The body lines aren't perfect right now. Needs a little bit of adjustment, but it does close. And it does latch, or at least the safety latch works. So, and also looks like my bracket is slightly damaged, so I might have to pull that off and fix it in due time. So next thing is my fuel filter. Goes on here. I'm technically not ready for it, but I might install it anyway. I'm not sure. I might wait actually. I did get a battery. Battery's brand new. Hooked everything up. Everything works inside. The voltmeter gauge comes on. Headlights are disconnected, so I can't really test those right now. All right, back at the Datsun. Got me some weather strip. Not super important, but keep the water out at least. Got a 20-foot roll on Amazon for about 30 bucks. Bought 2 rolls actually. 2 full rolls, did both doors. And then I also had enough to do the rear hatch as well. I pieced it together down here. Not ideal, but it'll work actually. So, and for the price, can't beat it. I don't feel like paying $80 a door for the factory weather strip. This stuff seems to do the job pretty well though. Got me new airflow meter. Got me the 7-pin instead of the 5, because if you put a 5-pin on a 7-pin system, those 2 extra wires are actually what run the fuel pump. My fuel pump wasn't working, so hopefully this will do the trick. So now I'm gonna bleed the master cylinder. I got this one bled. I might bleed it one more time. This one took longer to bleed for some reason, so I'm just gonna pump it a couple more times. Got my handy dandy brake depressor tool. This is usually a 2-person job, but I don't have someone else with me. So just pump the pedal a bunch of times until it starts feeling stiff. It's already feeling a little better. Alright. What is it? 8mm? Alright, so just bleed it until you see fluid come out. There you go, saw some air bubbles. I need to check, make sure it's full, and it is. So, alright, let's keep doing that a bunch of times until I get it bled. Alright, got this defroster trim panel all painted up, looking nice. Bring it in here. Slide her in. Just like that. Looks a hell of a lot better. Got me these stainless steel screws, 1/2 inch. It should work. There's 1 there, 2, 3, and 4. 1 at the very end there. And I'm gonna go ahead and get those put in real quick, and we'll go ahead and see how it looks. All right, the defrost panel is installed. Looks really good. Those 1/2 inch screws work perfectly. It's from the outside view. Looks really good. I like it. Still got water issues. Over here is not as bad. Over here, I think I know where it's coming in. A little rubber grommet right there. You can even see sunlight through it. But I think that's where water's coming in. The bottom half of the hole rusted out, so the grommet's not getting a good seal. So I might just RTV that, because I'm trying to keep this thing dry inside. Otherwise, all my stuff's getting ruined. Yeah, still getting some water back here. I've weather stripped it. Now this weather strip fits perfect. I'll leave a link in the description for that as well. But I don't know where else it's coming in from. It's probably coming from this window. Looks wet right there. I've RTV'd it, so I'm not really sure where it might be coming in from. Oh well, looks good. All right. Sweet. All right, I'm gonna come back another day. Oh, it's getting late. Time to go. All right. Got the garden hose hooked up. Just got some water running through it. Looking awfully yucky. So I was gonna wait till that's clear. Till most of the debris is out at least. Not sure if you can see that. Pretty damn gross. A little more transparent. I can kind of see the inside of the tank. I can even see the fuel reservoir inside of there. Not sure what that is actually. It's like a reserve or something. All right, doing good. Make sure the hose is all the way at the bottom. Turn the spigot back on. All right, so let her keep draining. Check back on it later. All right, just let her cool down. That's the garden hose right there. So what I did is I put the hose all the way to the bottom. So water coming out of the hose will push the water at the bottom up along with all the debris and out this hole like a whirlpool. As you can see, got pretty much, not all of it, but pretty good bit of it. Let's see if I could get the camera in there. Oh yeah, you can really see inside of there now. Looks pretty clean inside of there. Not sure if you can see this. I'm trying to get the camera aimed just right. Let's see if I can do it from the top. Sorry, this flashlight ain't the best. For fuck's sakes. See my patchwork. Pretty clean. There's that canister looking thing. Whatever that is. Tell you what, looks a lot better than it did. Yeah, I think I trust that. I think my patch is still leaking a little bit. I'm gonna grind that weld down tomorrow and then throw another bead on it. That looks tacky anyway, but also there's another spot right here that's leaking. You see it's pitted really bad. So I'm gonna fix that tomorrow as well. But this tank is pretty much salvaged. I'm gonna put some vinegar in it when it's ready, let it sit for a few days, and then flip it around, let it sit on the other side, get all the gunk out of it, and then maybe rinse it out one more time. And that should do it.